Leesburg has it all. Mountain views, charming streets, tech-savvy homes, and just enough traffic to make your podcast habit a full-time relationship. But if you've fallen into the where should I live in Leesburg, Virginia home search rabbit hole, don't worry, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to break down the actual best neighborhoods in Leesburg for 2025 buyers. Whether you're a growing family, a remote working wine lover, or just looking for a change of pace that doesn't require a full-on life pivot. Stick around till the end. I've got a downloadable Leesburg cheat sheet that'll save you hours of Googling. Hey friends, I'm Maggie Hatfield. I have lived in the Northern Virginia area for over 27 years. I worked in corporate for many of those years, and in the last 8 years or so, I've built a real estate business grounded in trust, strategic thinking, and a deep love for the lifestyle that we get to live in this beautiful area. As the founder of 15 West Homes and your go-to relocation guide, I help clients right-size their lives every day, whether that means upsizing or downsizing or finding that sweet in between. And I'm not just here to sell houses. I am here to help you create a lifestyle that feels as good as it looks on paper. Hit that subscribe button if you want straight shooting advice, a few laughs, and insider level guidance on living in Northern Virginia. Here's what we're diving into today. 5 of the top neighborhoods in Leesburg, Virginia for 2025 homebuyers. I'll cover the vibe of each area, what you'll pay, who's it perfect for, and what to watch out for. Because every beautiful neighborhood has its quirks, and I am not here to sugarcoat. The first neighborhood I'm going to talk about is Selma Estates, and it's actually where I live, and I have lived here for the last 12 years. And I would say Selma Estates is for people who want breathing room. We're talking half-acre lots, with a handful of those lots being more than that, 20 plus acres that come up on the market every now and again. Big, beautiful homes, mountain views, and just a 10-minute drive to downtown historic Leesburg. It's perfect for upsizing families or remote/hybrid workers who love the outdoors but still need to be close to town. Average prices here are in the $950,000 to $1.2 million range. What I love about this neighborhood is the space and the peace. You do not hear road noise from Route 15. You have walking trails throughout the neighborhood with beautifully maintained common areas. And these homes are newer construction. They were built between 2010 and 2015. So they are on the newer side relative to some of the other areas in Leesburg. Some things you need to watch out for. There is no public transportation. So you are driving in your car, whether that's to the grocery, to the metro, or to your job. You are in your car taking yourself there. The drive itself has some twisty back roads and is on a very busy 2-lane highway called Route 15. I've talked about this in other videos, but it is a 2-lane highway. So when a traffic accident happens and blocks one of those lanes, you are sitting in traffic. Now, there are back roads that get you back into the neighborhood, but they're twisty, turny, they're slower, it'll take you longer, but in my opinion, it's better than sitting and waiting in traffic. It's definitely a vibe, but it's not for everybody. Some people don't want to be out on Route 15 that far north, and some people consider the traffic just a non-negotiable for commuting. Neighborhood number 2 is Potomac Station. This is your classic suburban sweet spot. These homes were built in the late 1990s to the early 2000s, so you're gonna get a lot of mature trees, sidewalks, community pools, and a very strong sense of community, and we've got each other's back kind of vibe. It's close to Route 7, which is a great commuting highway that gets you to all points east and the toll roads that you need to get into the DC area. And it's just minutes to everything Leesburg has to offer. Average price points here are in the high 700,000s to the low 900,000s. Some of the highlights for this neighborhood, besides the mature trees and the beautiful community setting, is there's a lot of walkability here. It's a very family-friendly location that offers a lot of community events throughout the year. And there's a lot of neighborhood pride that you can sense when you drive through the area. Some things to watch out for is because these homes are a little bit on the older side, those homes that have been renovated go really fast. Sometimes even with multiple offers, even in this current market. Neighborhood number 3 is Lansdowne on the Potomac. The Lansdowne neighborhood is where convenience meets luxury. You've got indoor and outdoor pools, a gym, a golf course, walking trails, and you're just minutes from a nationally recognized Inova hospital and the Lansdowne Town Center. It's one of the most amenity-rich HOAs in Loudoun, and it delivers. Average price points here, again, are going to be in the high 900s to 1.3 million. Why people like it here is because it promotes a busy and active lifestyle with all the amenities that are available and the proximity to the town center. Some things to keep in mind is that these houses were built in the early 2000s, so they may need some updating. The HOA dues are higher than average, but you get what you pay for. I have a few friends that actually live in the Lansdowne area, and their houses, they love them. They've been there for, I don't know, I'd say like going on 27 years. The only reason they're going to move is because they're going to downsize because their kids are moving out. But they really speak highly of the big community center that has the indoor pool and the workout room and all the different other amenities like the tennis courts, the basketball courts, the pickleball courts, the walking trails. They love the lifestyle that this neighborhood provides. So I can tell you, with experience that people who move there tend to stay there for a long time. Neighborhood number 4, and I'm going to cover 2 in this one, White Oaks Farm and Tuscarora Crossing. So if you're looking for something new, these 2 spots are great for buyers coming from larger metro markets like New York or LA. They offer open layouts, smart tech features, and because they're newer, maintenance upkeep is going to be low for the next few years. Average price points for these homes range in the high 800s to the 1 million price point. Some of the things people like about these areas is it's very modern style, very energy efficient, and no renos are going to be needed when purchasing these homes. On the downside though, because this is a new development, a lot of the landscaping hasn't matured fully. So it looks a little stark when you're driving down these roads because the plants are small and it just takes time for them to mature and get bigger. But that's a good trade-off for the brand newness of a home where your maintenance is going to be low and your cost to upkeep is going to be low. The next couple neighborhoods I'm going to cover are Exeter and downtown Leesburg's historic district. The reason I'm lumping these 2 together is because you've got that historic charm with that walkability. And so that really kind of is something that people are looking for when they actually want to come out to the Leesburg area, is that I want to be close to historic downtown Leesburg, and I also want to be able to feel that historic charm vibe that you get with being so close. So if you're ready for that character charm and walkability, Exeter and the historic district are where you're going to find homes with soul. You can walk to dinner, coffee shops, and our seasonal festival. I would highly recommend, if you move here, you have got to check out the Halloween parade. It is the longest running Halloween parade in, I think, the state, if not the United States, but I have such fond memories of that growing up with my young children. We would never miss it. And we'd always start late with the trick-or-treating just so we could make it to the Halloween parade. So put that on your list if you're thinking about moving here. These 2 communities are great for buyers who want lifestyle and connection, not just square footage. Average price points can really vary here because I'm talking about 2 different communities. One has a lot of historic buildings, which can end up being on the very high end. And the other one Exeter is more of like single family townhomes. So within Exeter, the price ranges are probably in the mid 600,000s for like a starting point of a townhome, up to the high 900s for a price point for a single family home. Whereas if you're going into Leesburg, you can get even a newer build townhome for mid to high 8s. But then if you're looking at like an old historic home, you're probably going to be in the 1.5 or more range, depending on the area in the Leesburg Historic District that you're looking in. The great thing about living in these 2 communities is you don't need to drive a car every day because you can walk to a lot of the different shops and grocery stores if you want to, get your groceries or go have a coffee. The architecture is very unique, not so much in Exeter. I mean, the houses look unique, but they're a little more standardized in terms of the type of homes that are being built, whereas downtown historic Leesburg, you've got a lot of different variability from like little shotgun homes to historic mansion looking like things to new modern condos and new modern townhomes. So there's a lot of variety with regard to a home style choice. You've got that great downtown vibe. And as I mentioned, community events galore. What to watch out for here, obviously, is a lot of these homes are older, including the Exeter neighborhood. That's an older neighborhood. I think those homes were built in the early 1990s and maybe ended in the mid 1990s, if not a little bit later than that. So there's going to be probably need for renovation on a lot of the houses that you would look at. Next up, I'm just going to give you some bonus neighborhoods to check out. I think I touched on a couple of them already as I talked through some of the neighborhoods, but I got to give them a shout out because I can't wrap the video up without these honorable mentions. The first one is Crescent Place, which are the newer townhomes and condos that I talked about that are in the historic Leesburg district. So they're very, very nice townhomes. If you're looking to be close to restaurants and all the shops in downtown Leesburg, it's definitely something that should be on your list. River Point is another neighborhood that should be on your list. It's a newer community, relatively speaking. Homes are very big, but they also offer townhome options. It's not necessarily walkable to downtown Leesburg, but you are close to shops and restaurants, and you're close to the very famous Leesburg premium outlets in that River Point community. The third one is River Creek, and for those of you who want a gated community and all the vibe that comes with a gated community and a golf course community, this is one that should be on your list. River Creek has a variety of home options, from single family homes, homes right on the golf course, so those would be bigger homes, carriage homes, townhomes, townhomes on the river, townhomes that are like single family homes but aren't, So there's a lot of different variety here. Plus you have the amazing clubhouse. It's right on the Potomac River. The views are beautiful and nobody can see them unless they live in the gated community or are a friend of somebody who lives in that gated community. So if that's a vibe that you're going for, definitely put that on your list. So just in summary, let's talk about the best neighborhood for each type of buyer, because I've got you. Young professionals probably look at downtown Leesburg's Crescent Place or Station Master condos on King. For families, I would say Potomac Station and Lansdowne. For lifestyle buyers, think wine, nature, and that kind of vibe. Definitely Selma Estates. For new build lovers, Tuscarora Crossing and White Oaks. For privacy seekers, Selma Estates again on that list, as well as some edges of White Oaks Farm. That community is newer, but it sits on the edge of Leesburg proper, so you're getting more of that country feel on edges of that neighborhood. And if you want some local tips from a 27-year resident of the area and things you will not find in the MLS, test the drive yourself at rush hour, both in the morning and in the afternoon. Battlefield Parkway and Route 15 hits different. You really need to be aware that it can be bad or challenging during those peak times. Ask for the HOA newsletter so that you can see any future developments that may shift your experience or your opinion of the neighborhood. If this video helped you narrow things down, that's great. If it didn't and you're still like, none of these neighborhoods are hitting for me, then that's your time to reach out to me. Phone call, text, email, or the calendar link in the video description so we can book a strategy call. I can help you once I understand what your goals are, what vibe you're looking for, and anything else that's important in your criteria so that we can do that matchmaking thing and I can show you other communities in Leesburg, because believe me, I've barely scratched the surface in terms of neighborhood options in Leesburg. And we can also look in surrounding areas as well, depending again on your goals, your price point, and the vibe that you're looking for. If you want to learn more about Leesburg proper, I have done a neighborhood cheat sheet for Leesburg that you can download in the video description as well. So maybe that will be helpful for you. If you found this video helpful in general, please subscribe to our channel and share this with somebody else who you think might find it helpful. And I will see you on the next video.